In Ichikawa City, Chiba Prefecture, lies Hataman no Yabushirazu, a tiny grove just a few dozen square meters in size. But despite its smallness, it is wrapped in such silence that it feels as if time itself has stopped. And even now, an eerie atmosphere lingers in the air. There is a legend that anyone who wanders into this place will never return. Because of this, it is enclosed by a fence, standing as if to reject the footsteps of people. There are many theories about the reason for this. One suggests that it is the burial site of Taira no Masakado or his father, Taira no Yoshimasa, but all remain shrouded in mystery. The most famous tale tells that when Tokugawa Mitsukuni stepped into this grove, monsters began to appear one after another from the darkness and toyed with him. From that terrifying experience, it is said that Mitsukuni declared this land a forbidden ground and sealed it. Nearly 300 years have passed since then, and almost no scientific investigation has been carried out. Beyond the tangle of trees that block the view, no one knows what lies hidden. Just a small patch of forbidden land, only a few dozen square meters. Yet deep within that silence, something sealed away may still be alive even now. Gunkanjima, off the coast of Nagasaki Prefecture, floats Gunkanjima, a small island with a circumference of about 1.2 kilometers. On that narrow piece of land once lived thousands of people, and it flourished as a mining city boasting one of the highest population densities in the world. The entire island was covered with coal mining facilities and housing, and during the Showa era, it was even called a fortress floating on the sea. However, pushed by the wave of the energy revolution, the mines were closed in 1974. The island was abandoned by its people. And in just a few decades, it turned into a ruin of reinforced concrete. Today, it is possible to land on the island through sightseeing tours, but most of it is off-limits due to ongoing collapse. The weathered buildings still crumble quietly, as if only the traces of the former residents remain there. Exposed to the salty sea wind, the shadows of collapsing structures tell the story of the lives that once thrived here. Gunkanjima is still, even now, an island of sealed history, quietly engraving both the glory and the downfall of Japan's modern industry. Ōkunoshima, this is a small island of about 4.3 kilometers. Today, it is known as Rabbit Island and has become a tourist spot, but behind it lies a sealed past from wartime. Once this island was strictly controlled by the Japanese military as a poison gas production base, and it was even erased from maps. The entire island was covered with secret military facilities, and it is said that those who worked there were forbidden to even speak of its existence. Today, the ruins of the old power plant and poison gas storage facilities still remain, silently telling their story. Carefree rabbits now run about the island, while the scars of war quietly fade away. This contrast makes it feel as though past and future intersect here. People now come to the island seeking peace and healing. Yet we must never forget that this was once a forbidden land, one that should never have been touched. Iwo Jima, at first glance, it seems to be just another volcanic island, but within it lies a battlefield of untold stories. Belonging to the Ogasawara Islands of Tokyo, this island has a circumference of about 23 kilometers. You can see it on maps, but you can never casually set foot on it. This island was one of the most brutal battlefields of the Pacific War. Around 30,000 lives were lost on both the Japanese and American sides, and even after the war, the collection of remains has continued. Along its shores, for decades, rusted barbed wires worn down by waves still rest quietly. In the center of the island, burned-out tanks from the war lie half-buried in the grass. Moreover, countless air raid shelters were dug beneath the island, some of which remain sealed to this day. Above ground, strange smoke drifts across the landscape, and beneath the scorching earth lie countless war relics that have never been unearthed. This is not just an uninhabited island. It is a sealed battlefield that continues to confront the past. And everything that lies sleeping there may still be waiting to quietly tell its story. Sarugamori sand dunes, stretching about 17 kilometers from north to south, Sarugamori is one of the largest sand dune areas in Japan. However, since 1959, much of it has been used as the Shimokita test site under the Ministry of Defense, making it a place where ordinary people cannot set foot. Because of the nature of the testing grounds, there may still be unexploded shells or explosives in the area, and for safety reasons, access is strictly restricted. The sight of these dunes is rare within Japan, and they can only be seen from a distance, either from the highlands of the Shikari district or from the Ōkunoshima area. Despite their vastness, almost no information has been made public about Sarugamori sand dunes, making it one of the most mysterious and unknown regions in all of Japan. Floating off the coast of Fukuoka Prefecture near the Jinkai Sea, Okinoshima is a small island about 60 kilometers away from the Kyushu mainland. With a circumference of around 4 kilometers, the entire island is regarded as sacred and has long been revered as a place where deities dwell. Since ancient times, strict rituals have been observed here, and even men face severe restrictions when attempting to land. Anyone permitted to set foot on the island must first undergo a purification ritual in the sea, and it is absolutely forbidden to take away even a single blade of grass or stone from the island. In the early Edo period, a feudal lord heard a rumor that treasure was hidden on the island and ordered his retainers to bring it back. However, after the treasure was carried into his castle, strange events occurred. The treasure suddenly shone with light, and the building began to shake. Frightened, they hurriedly returned it to the island. In 2017, the island's historical value was officially recognized, and it was registered as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site. Today, ordinary people are forbidden from landing, but the many treasures associated with Okinoshima can be seen at Munakata Taisha Shrine in Fukuoka Prefecture, protected by unchanging and strict traditions since ancient times. This island remains even now a sacred and mysterious land that keeps people at a distance. Ōgami Island. Floating north of Higashi Island, Ōgami Island has long been feared by locals as an island of the gods. Though its area is only about 0.24 square kilometers, the island holds many sacred zones where entry is strictly forbidden. Around 20 residents live on the island, but tourists are not allowed to wander freely. There is a legend that those who break taboos here will be cursed, and there are even rumors of tourists who once took stones from the island and later suffered accidents. It is also said that within the island lies a forest where people who enter lose their way, with old records describing individuals who vanish there as victims of kamikakushi spirited away, never to return. Furthermore, the mysterious sound of drums echoing at night from nowhere in particular remains unexplained to this day. Access is possible by boat from the nearby Iwo Jima, but some captains admit they feel uneasy and prefer not to approach the island. So, what did you think? All around the world, there are countless mysteries still quietly alive today. I create these videos to chase those mysteries and continue the journey together with all of you. If one of these places has lingered in your heart, I'd be delighted if you'd subscribe to the channel and give a thumbs up so we can unfold the map to our next adventure. Until then, let's meet again on the other side of the mystery.